sometimes when you take something old and you combine it with something new, you get something special. In this case, it's medium format film photography meets digital cinematography. Pretty cool, right? I think so. This is a Viper Gears Ninja adapter plate, and its purpose is to allow you to adapt a Hasselblad or Kiev 88 prism or wastefinder to a RED Komodo, which in a way gives you an EVF option where there was no EVF option before. Best of all, it enhances what the camera already gives you, only makes it way more functional for actually monitoring. And it's quite effective at that, otherwise I wouldn't be making a video about it. The Ninja adapter plate is pretty straightforward. A solid aluminum and anodized matte black adapter that comes with some stickers and 2/4 20 mounting screws. Now installing the adapter is easy. Simply line it up with the 1/4 20 screw holes on the top of the Komodo, then use the 1/4 20 screws that came with the adapter to secure it to the camera. Don't even need tools that aren't your fingers. Now before mounting the prism finder, we're going to change the display setting to prism finder mode, because the optical prism finder will inverse the standard image on the Komodo monitor, making everything inverted, and the prism finder mode will correct that for us so that our brains don't have to. Now if you're using a waist level finder with this adapter, you won't have to do this. This is prism mode only. Now to do that, go to the menu settings on the Komodo and select monitoring, and then LCD. At the bottom of this menu selection, you'll find Prism Finder Mode. Select this and confirm. Now once your monitor is inversed, you can mount the optical finder. Now to do that, simply take your prism or waist level finder and slide it into the adapter track. Now it should slide in easily without any resistance until just before you reach the end, where you'll notice a little bit of resistance. Apply a little bit of pressure and the finder will lock into place. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Now obviously, because the top screen is now covered, you won't have access to your touch functions on the Komodo monitor itself. You can still use the buttons to navigate the menus or use the RED Control app on your phone or tablet. Now I'm using all manual lenses with this camera, so things like my aperture control are on the physical lens and not something I need to control from the menu on the monitor. Now the thing I was most surprised about this setup is just how functional it is as a pseudo EVF. Now the Hasselblad PM5 offers 3 times magnification, rendering that top Komodo screen 3 times bigger to the eye. Now this, combined with the resolution of the top monitor, makes this combo a really effective EVF option, and best of all, there's no additional power draw or cabling required outside the adapter. Now if you're someone who can still use their Mark 1 eyeball to nail focus, then this is definitely something that might work for you if you want a small run-and-gun ninja setup. Now my intended purpose for this setup is to give me a minimal low profile shooting option that I can easily travel with, lens test with, location scout with, or just go shoot some street stuff without drawing too much attention to myself. Now I should say that the adapter will not work with the RED outrigger handle as is. So I opted for the RED Digital Cinema wing grip to mount on the right side of the camera, and a Global Dynamics United sidearm with 15mm rail support as additional contact points. Now even when I'm not using a follow focus, I really do love the dual points of contact and ergonomics of the setup while shooting. Now these prism and waist finders aren't super cheap, and I went with the Hasselblad over the Kiev option simply because I think the Hassies will hold their value more over time. And I purchased both on eBay, and the key factor with any device like this is to make sure that they're in excellent optical condition. No fungus, no separation, no big scratches on the optical elements, as those will directly impact your monitoring. Now prices will likely reflect the condition, but I found that patience ultimately paid off for getting the best deal for the best quality. The RED Komodo was designed to be highly customizable, and there are so many different setup options to suit the demands of both the operator and the content. Now, while I realize this setup probably is fairly niche, what I love about it is just how well it works. Now, the 3x magnification combination with the high resolution of that top monitor on the Komodo are the 1-2 combo that not only give an EVF option for this camera, but for me, the best EVF experience I've used on any camera. Now, if you've used a prism finder on a medium format camera, you might have an idea why. It's really hard to showcase in a video that feeling you get when you put your eye to the eyepiece and see a big, beautiful image. It's a totally different experience to an LCD or separate monitor, being able to completely shut out the outside world, which allows you to really focus on the frame. Now, Bob Gundu inspired this setup for me, so thank you so much for the inspiration, Bob, and thanks Viper Gears for making an adapter that combines the analog world with the digital in such a brilliant way. Now, if you have any questions at all about this setup, then let me know down below and I'll happily answer what I can. Now, I should say that I wasn't paid or given free product to make this video. I purchased this adapter myself, and my intention with this video is to simply share what I love. And I freaking love this setup. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Here's the waist level finder. Totally different experience. The waist level finder is much lighter. This one rattles a bit. I'd have to, if I'm gonna use this, I can either use my thumb there to stop that or just find something to kind of like wedge it in, but that's more to do with the actual top viewfinder than it is the actual adapter, because this thing makes no noise.